Ouch! I keep hitting my mouth with this mic. Anyways, how's life?
How's life?
I
That's
asked
what I
you
wanted
first,
to know. You
remember?
did it.
Okay, so you were telling me how life was. Continue.
Was I? I don't know if
You
I
should have been, because I asked
you. You did ask me how life was.
Yeah. So, Jay, how's life? What are you learning about life right now?
I've been thinking about this question, but how's life, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like you said when we started this, like, it's just an introduction to get us to talk, but I've been thinking about that, like, how is my life truly? Like,
yeah.
How do I feel like it? How am I reacting to it and stuff like that? And I feel like life is looking up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, emotionally, I feel like I'm getting a lot better.
Yeah.
But still, like, what's going on?
Right.
Like, all the time, and I feel like
question mark.
Yes, exactly. Just like learning how to go to God and start a relationship with God, in spite of my pride and in spite of like my anger or frustrations and stuff like that. Like, to still.
What? Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What brings up the thoughts of pride?
Just like disobedience. Like, I feel like just like lack of spending time with him.
Lack of effort.
Yeah, lack of effort. And again, going back to like the anger thing, like I feel like that's coming from pride. You know what I mean? Just because. Yeah. Okay. The decision about the work thing. I've just been so.
Expound. What about the work thing?
Expound. There's this position that I wanted to do, and I've been thinking about since like last year, and it was still open. And I got this email, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if I should do it." And my first instinct was to pray, and then I waited like 10 minutes, got too excited, and ended up just emailing them and being like, "Hey, I would love to do it." Intermission.
My stomach talk for you. Because it has a lot to say right now. But this is the thing. I feel like my stomach is the enemy.
Oh.
No, listen. I'll be completely fine. Don't be hungry. Like, not thinking about my stomach not growling. Let me get down to pray. Let me start praying. And all of a sudden I'm home. My stomach is like crazy, going crazy. Talking,
everything that has breath, praise the Lord.
Hello.
And maybe that's all it is.
And it is His breath in my lungs.
Right.
But look, also, say I'm trying to do like an encouragement video on Instagram. My stomach ain't been talking at all, and then all of a sudden got so much to say. Like, listen, don't nobody want to hear from you. Shh. Okay, God dang
Maybe
it.
It is trying to say something.
It's trying to distract me. It's the tactic of the evil one. No. Just. I'm sorry. Go ahead and continue. Okay. About the job.
Where was I?
They emailed you back.
They emailed me back. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But one day I finally really sat down, prayed. I forget where it was, but it was somewhere in James. I think it was like end of James 3, beginning of James 4, talking about wisdom and like what that looks like from God and stuff like that. And then I prayed, and I got the clearest no I've gotten ever.
Why do you think God directed you to a scripture about wisdom? You know, after that whole ordeal, like, what do you think he was trying to teach you in that moment?
I mean, I also have been, just like curious more about what God's character and like who He is and trying to understand. I felt like it was just to kind of show that He was answering, you know what I mean? Like, to show like this is a response, like this is, it was James. Okay, I've got my student study Bible, so that's what I'm reading from. It is James 3:17. But the wisdom from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. And 18, and a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. Yeah, so I think that was just him being like, okay, this is me. And to answer your question, no. At first, it was very nice to like get a response. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay, look at me, here I am.
Which you actually do more than you know.
But
you just talk yourself out of knowing it was him.
Yeah.
But we all do that because I do that often.
Yeah.
You know, when we're committed to what we want.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's easy to be like, the Lord not saying nothing.
Right, exactly.
But he talking more than, you know what I'm saying? And then we were acknowledging in a myriad of ways. Not only did he, you know, he giving you all type of signs, he's sending people your way, he putting stuff on your For You page.
Yeah.
You watch an anime and the anime is
the
like,
episode is talking about
this is for you, Justin. And you like, the Lord not saying nothing. What is going on?
Right. No,
do
honestly, they do sometimes be hitting.
Word, because he uses everything, bro.
Okay.
People don't know. Ooh, okay, go ahead. I'm gonna get excited.
I got that note. It was nice, you know, first like cool couple minutes.
Yeah.
Not even cool minute. Let me be honest. A couple seconds. I was like, okay. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No.
Drake. Like who? No, who? You ain't talking to me. Hold on.
He ain't be talking to me. I was reading the scripture again. I was like, okay, open the reason. Maybe we could talk about this. But I was also in that reminding myself like, okay, peaceable, gentle, and I was like, that response was that. And like I was, you know, I immediately started, you know, like when you overthink, like when you just start looking over the situation over again, and you like, was that that? And it was definitely that. Yeah. One of the first things that came up in my mind, at least, was like temptation for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe this is where the wisdom from me kind of was like not well, because I was immediately just kind of started rebuttaling looking back. Like I was like, but you know, because even after that I was like, okay, but I'm in New York. Like I finally had the call. The person was like, okay, just let me know in 2 weeks. I prayed. I literally prayed right before the call. I was like, God, you're gonna have to stir something up in me to get on this phone call and tell this lady that I can't do it. And sure enough, I did the call and I'd ask questions. This made it worse because she told me the salary, and I was like, oh, like that was really like, I was like, you pay for it? Like, no, like I be making more. Yes, this could not.
I rebuke you.
All that, and literally the 20 minutes like had went by, like not anxious, but it was just so like I knew I needed to say no. So I had to call her back and say no. Anyways, point is, that was just really challenging.
Yeah, we brought up the pride and the anger.
Yes.
And you know, and I think it's honest. I love the open to reason in James because God allows us to have those emotions.
Yeah.
If you're angry about something that you wanted it to work out, but it's actually not His will right now. So it's just like, you have emotions. You could be disappointed. You could be frustrated. There's no sin in that, right?
Yeah.
Be angry. You could be angry.
Well,
sin not.
That's the
right. And then you talking about the pride and all of that, whatever, you know. But at least you know that. Some people run away from, you know, their pride. They're puffed up, prideful. Don't want to have accountability. They just want what they want. They're very self-driven, and what God is leading them to do. It's just like they rather just negate that. And maybe you did for a moment, but you see how you allowed yourself to come back.
Well, I'm coming back.
You've revealed it, so now He can help you through it. And I think that's the beauty, you know, once we reveal the things that we're actually struggling with. Actually, Lord, I'm dealing with pride. So, because I actually wanted this thing to work out, you know, I feel like I deserved for this to happen. You know what I'm saying? Through the stuff that I've been through lately, like, I feel like this thing could have been good for me. It would have been good for, like, why would you say no? Etc. Right? We feel like you know,
we know better.
we know better, and then we just feel like we deserve it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like some type of vindication.
Yeah.
To kind of like soften the whatever we might have been dealing with. But anyways, so I'm proud of you for sharing that, because that's not an easy thing. People not even self-aware enough to know that they're dealing with pride.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's also the weird part, is that I feel like it's just now coming to me to think about it, is that because I feel like I'm also like a pretty insecure person, and so I'm like, how can I be prideful? Like, what do I, you know what I mean? I'm like,
ooh.
How the one who, you know, is over here doubting himself all the time, like doubt everything he does, who he is, prideful, like still have that is so weird, and to notice that.
Something? Insecurity is literally one of the main ingredients in pride. When you don't feel adequate, you kind of just like you do all of the. Yeah, you overcompensate, and then the pride comes just to make you feel things that aren't real, you know what I'm saying? And through that, the enemy uses that, right, for deception, for, you know, he plants ideas in your head, etc. Like, it can go so far left. Pride can it makes you in denial, it makes you just very susceptible to just delusion. Deception.
J. Cole's song, Pride is the Devil. I just been thinking about that so much.
If you think about Lucifer, he got kicked out of heaven because of pride, bro. It's literally one of the deadliest sins. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pride keeps us away from the Lord for sure. You know, so we getting through it. Let me be honest, bro. Life is life. No, genuinely, like. There's been kind of some interesting warfare going on.
Shout out Florida.
Word. But I came back, and then immediately, like a day later, got super sick. Still kind of getting over it. But this was like a different type of.
Yeah. And
I was talking to Mama on the phone, and I was just like, you know, I ain't been this sick in a long time. I haven't been this sick since being in New York. I was telling Mama, like, I was trying my best to social distance, being in the room, be away from y'all. And during that time, my quiet time, I was so uncomfortable, but I felt like I was being tormented. Like, I was trying to sleep, there was a lot going on in my mind. Like, my body was doing stuff. It was just a lot, and I couldn't see clearly. I was trying to pray, talk to the Lord, even in like waking up in the middle of the night, can't breathe, but let me pray, let me do this, whatever, you know. And so, anyways, went through that, and then still trying to be sensitive though to this Holy Spirit, like, okay, because when I came back from Florida, we were supposed to start house life, right? Yeah. And that postponed it, and then the warfare has been very annoying, but also with that, I've been trying to make God my vice, you know, literally, like, meaning I'm trying to lean into you. It don't feel good. This is very hard. I don't understand a lot of what's going on right now. I'm really trying to be obedient. I'm trying to actually do, you know what I'm saying? But it just brings me back to the whole thing of suffering, bro. Like, you know, sometimes the suffering, consider it all joy. You talking about James 1. Right. Consider it all joy, bro.
Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness.
Yeah. No, that's good. But yeah, so you can be matured, you know, if you read on, so you can mature. And also, this was also a test for me to pay attention to the tactics of the enemy, of just like, you know, if you have a problem with following through on things that God has told you to do, pay attention to the tactics he sends your way to throw you off. You know, all of these things that's happened in a matter of the 2 weeks that I've been back from Florida, could have easily made me be like, nah, I'm good, I'm gonna just wait. Make some type of excuse to just be like, nah, you know, we don't got everything. We don't, you know, this, that, I feel this, I'm still not feeling all the way 100%. I'm this, that, and the third, you know. It's a lot going on in my family. It's a lot going on in my finance. I just don't feel like it. I was reading Psalms Basically, David is basically saying, I have to command my soul when I don't
Yeah.
feel it. You know, because you're not gonna always feel it. Life is gonna life. Stuff is gonna stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you literally have to command your soul when circumstances from every which direction is coming to throw you off of what God may be calling you to do. And so being honest with the Lord about that in my prayer time with him, and also asking for wisdom and help me be vigilant, Lord. Help me pay attention to the tactics of the enemy. Help me be discerning. So life is interesting right now, but God is good, bro. And I just been having this posture of gratitude, like heavy, just really grateful. You know, we've been talking just like, man, circumstances ain't ideal right now. Circumstances, a lot of things aren't ideal, but you know, what's the beauty in your life? Right? What can you thank God for? There's a lot to be grateful for in the midst of what I just would prefer to be different. Like, so many people out there that would prefer different. You know what I mean? But you just being grateful for the season I'm in, knowing that it won't be wasted, and I think that what gives me comfort. Like, and then also Hebrews 4, it's becoming one of my favorite scriptures. But you know, I could talk to the Lord because for one, He's a friend, and two, He can sympathize with me. I can communicate with Him, and He can understand what I'm going through. Like, He knows if I'm willing to be honest and transparent. You know what John 4 say? Worship in spirit and in truth. If I'm willing to be truthful and honest, bro, He gonna meet me where I'm at, and He's gonna comfort me, and that's comforting to know.
You said, I'm just interested more in, I really like how you put it, like making God your vice. Like, how does that, like,
and I heard that from somebody, so, you know.
Shout out to whoever that is. But, yeah.
That's a good question, honestly, because if we being real, and we definitely gonna be that. Once I really just made up my mind that, Lord, I surrender, and not just this part of me, but all of me, I literally had to sit down and be like, okay, what would I rather be doing right now to make myself feel better? Instead of doing that would actually not be beneficial to me. And replace that with the Lord. And so what that looks like is God being a friend and me being able to be open and honest and talk to him about anything. That's comforting to me, just because I know what it's like to bare your soul and not be understood.
Yeah.
Right? And so you be like, oh, you actually understand because you actually went through what I'm going through. Like, you actually felt this pain before. You know what I mean? Like, when I think about God being in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he was about to go through the worst of the worst. He was about to be crucified. But before that moment, he's in distress and he's praying and he's crying out to the Lord, to God, and asking him, please don't, like, is there any way, you know what I'm saying? And he wanted his friends there with him. But instead, what were they doing? They were sleeping.
Right.
This is his closest friends. And he feels all alone by himself. Mind you, this is the God of the universe. But he was also human. He felt so alone in his lowest or darkest moment. And I could empathize with that, because you would think the people that know you the best, or they've been rocking with you, or you know, whatever, listen, they rather be asleep. They rather be doing other things. And so the way that translates to me in my darkest moments, and I have a lot of them, be with you, and you can tell me anything you want to tell me without me looking at you, treating you differently. Like, I still love you. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's my comfort. But for you, just like you gave just like you gave the example of the job not working out, the comfort was God speaking to you saying no, because you had a moment of like, oh, he's listening to me, or he heard me, he's acknowledged. That was comforting, right? So God comforts us in ways that he, not only do he know we need it, but in ways that he knows we need it, but even in ways we don't even know we need it. Does that make sense? He just knows what's going on inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's comforting. Or, so I think it's a lot of different ways that he comforts us, And I feel like you'll realize too, the more you grow in God, the more you grow in relationship, and the more you know his character and learn his character, it'll be easier to decipher or know when he's comforting you. It's personal and very specific to you, because my comforts, we don't cope the same way. We can't cope the same. My comforts will be different than yours. So how he's helping me cope and how he's helping me do, the prayers I'm having to pray and literally, talk to him about is, hard, but it would be different for someone else who didn't have the experiences I have. So, yeah. Okay, was that helpful?
Yeah.
All right, cool. What do you feel like the theme of this season of your life has been?
I don't know, I've been praying about that so much. Just because last year, at the beginning of the year, there was like a word, And I felt like that came.
What was the word?
Last year it was bold.
And what is this we're doing? Is this bold?
This is very bold. But again, that was last year.
So, first of all, the Lord word remains forever. He could have gave you a word 5 years ago.
Exactly. And it still is relevant as today.
Hello, somebody.
My point was that I felt like last year I was bold in a lot of ways. Had to be.
Bold in a lot of ways, if you don't mind me asking. Name three.
Name three. I think one, just being honest about how I felt.
Okay. Which was new for you?
But I hadn't realized it was new. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't. And going back to what is it,
John 4?
Yeah,
yes.
To only worship in spirit and truth, and then see that John I'm 4, still learning that and learning how to be honest and truthful. But yeah, that was one. Just I kept having situations where I was going through stuff and it was just Justin, you need to communicate how you feel right now, and you owe these people that you say you care about, or if you say you care about them, you need to, just step it up and say what you need to say. That was one. I think moving to New York was a very bold move.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna count this as the third, even though I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with this one. But taking a step away from school, just cause that's crazy, especially for me. That. Yeah, let's please talk about that because.
Dun, dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
How did you know? Let's start there. How did you know that you were supposed to step away? What was the green light or the clear indication?
I remember, I don't even know if I'd been thinking about it or simmering on it before, because I feel like my brain works in a weird way where I subconsciously think about stuff and then all of a sudden it's just there and it's just
I don't think that's weird at all.
It's fact. You know what I mean? It's just but it's I never am actively, I conscious, I never got to that thought until I will say it or something like that. And I'm wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been in there for a while. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, talking talking to my therapist.
Do you think that's weird?
I don't think it's weird, but I think it's... Well, maybe I do think it's a little weird, just because I feel like I'm like, okay, why? Like, I don't know. It's just like I was thinking about it the other day in terms of this, and I was just like there was a question I was asking myself, but every time I would ask the question, like it would just kind of like stop there. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know, under there, you know, the gears are working, but like that like that.
Perhaps, can I suggest something?
Yeah.
Perhaps it's the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Well,
We know this. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I need to give him more credit.
Do we now?
Anyways, let's move on.
Yes,
Academically, though, like it was, and then again, I've been thinking about this. I was thinking about this recently because it goes back to the pride thing. I know, like, you know, I didn't want to go to that school.
Right.
And so I even went into it kind of with like an ego, and I think it was very humbling because it was like, oh, you're actually not, you know, what you think, you know.
Yeah.
If I don't get my act together, I would give myself like 2, maybe 3 months. I was like, if I can't get my act together by like this time, like I need to take a break. Like I was like, I don't know what that looks like. At that point, I hadn't had anything thought about. I was just like, let me put my best effort forward for the next like 2 months, because it was like around midterm.
The question is though, I'm sorry not to cut you off, but I'm trying to get to a specific answer. What was the thing that made you know that I had to leave?
Oh, it was just like peaceful at the end of those 2 months. It also wasn't an active thought. I wasn't going through that being like, I need to do my best. It was just like something I've decided. I did it, and then I was like, okay.
Yeah. It's
what
not
now?
for me anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was that peace, like I said, like of just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like this is happening, you know? And then I've been holding off talking to my mom about it, and like.
When you did talk to mom.
Yes. And that was
it was confirmation.
Yes, it was very like, oh, I'm not making this up. Like, this is real.
And not only that, but God had been already like preparing your heart way before.
Yes, exactly.
Because you got a word that you were gonna be leaving. All type of stuff was happening.
Yeah.
And I think those 3 examples were really great. I think you have been very bold. You should be very proud of yourself. What was the question? I forgot.
What do you feel like God is telling you in this season, or what do you feel like the theme of the season is?
Great.
And I know I'm kind of copying you with this answer. Obedience.
Yeah.
/ trust.
Yeah. /
surrender. Right. Literally, because just since this year started, like it's been like so hard. Like
I agree with you 1000%. Very hard, actually. Not even just this year, but honestly, the last 5 months kind of shifted for me. Like, it was like the Lord wasn't playing with me no more. Dun, 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 dun. I heard the audible voice of the Lord, y'all.
It is
It is not like that, though. What's so crazy is I didn't even think I was tripping. I kind of usually know when God is talking to me. You know, I've kind of built a track record with him long enough. I heard the audible voice in him before. But, you know, being in my word and really cultivating a relationship with him, in my long time, when he did speak to me, I knew it was him immediately. It was very clear. It was like quiet, but it was very like, I don't know how to explain it. First thing he said was, read Luke. I started reading Luke. Literally like 2 nights later, it was like obedience. And that was it. Took me to Luke 9, which, you know, basically he's talking to his disciples, and he's just like, if you want to follow me, you must deny yourself. Yeah. And so from then on, it's kind of been this journey. He just was very clear to me to just be like, yeah, following me is going to cost you something. You know what I'm saying? You definitely went through a process of feeling like you know, you could say pride of just feeling like kind of entitled a little bit. Like, okay, but I should be okay in this area because A, B, and C. And he like, girl, no, that's not how it work. You know what I'm saying? And so, you talk about humbling, you know, and just to put me back in perspective. And so when he started kind of like sharpening my perspective and kind of getting me back in right posture, and I just started leaning more into him and my difficulty instead of away from him and my difficulty. The difficulty hasn't consumed me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm still able to just be like, God, you're still good. I'm still so grateful. Thank you so much. Like, even though circumstances aren't ideal, it's just, it helps you put focus on what matters actually. And it's the cultivation of your relationship with him in spite of. You know, it's not always about what you want. And I had to learn that. I'm still learning that. But in his grace and his kindness, he still gives us things we want. It just may not come in the, you know, in the time we want it. We want it, but it comes in his time. And then he makes it better than what we even wanted. It's like, actually, it's more than you wanted. You know, or it's better than what you even had conjured up. Just needed you to trust me. Once you're obedient, then everything starts to like fall into place, and you chasing something that you want for so long instead of being obedient to the thing God wants to do over here. And now your life is completely different in a way that you couldn't even picture or imagine just because you were obedient to him. Yeah. And it's better than what you even wanted. And so learning that heavily. So yeah, obedience has, you know, it's costly and humbling. That's been, you know, hard, but I've been leaning into that, you know, God in the fellowship of his sufferings. And, you know, suffering is literally a part of life, and especially a life with Jesus. And people don't like to hear that. People don't want to hear that. And let me just say to those listening, Jesus promised paradise in heaven, not on earth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think once we kind of get that through our minds, then everything will change. I was just talking about so much suffering and how it should actually be a privilege, like to suffer, not only for God, but with God. 1 Peter 5:8, be of sober spirit, be on the alert. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. So resist him, firm in your faith, knowing that the same experiences of suffering are being accomplished by your brothers and sisters who are in the world. After you have suffered for a little while, the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory, Christ will himself perfect, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. It's been surrender, endurance, obedience, and suffering. That has kind of been the theme. And then also rest, which can also mean trust, can also mean wait. And so those, I think that has been the theme of this season in my life.
I think I've been, but the problem with me for like the suffering thing lately.
Yeah, not just you.
Like how I was saying, like it's not necessarily like all this stuff that I feel like isn't what I want it to be, but it's more like my attitude around it and like.
Right, because posture is important.
Yeah. And I've been so confused just because I did the Daniel fast, and then that was difficult. Yeah. And I feel like that really kind of like opened my eyes to like, it was kind of really opened my eyes to the pride of it all. It was like, dang, like you really can't not eat, you know what I mean? Like it was just like, we just didn't get it together. But the peace thing, the peace aspect, I was just like, okay, why do I feel like this? And I've been.
Why were you peaceful?
No, it wasn't. That was the thing. That was the.
Because you're posturing it. Do you feel like you were doing it out of obligation?
That's what I've been thinking about and nervous about. Is I'm wondering.
Or part two to that question: do you think you were doing it to receive something from the Lord.
I wasn't. That's the thing. Like, I wasn't. Sorry, I got excited.
No, that's fine.
But I was.
Is that something you've been like dwelling on?
Yeah, a little bit. Just because it's been like that was. I did that out of kind of curiosity.
Yes.
And then I was just like,
which is
you
great.
know what?
Okay, so for one, I think this is great. I'm glad you're being honest about this because I think it's great that you did it out of curiosity. One. Two, God is gracious enough to reveal. That's the point of fasting, to deny yourself so he can give something to you.
Yeah. So
what he gave you was revelation of maybe how you were feeling, the pride, the anger, the frustration that maybe you've been suppressing or not leaning into or denying or whatever. He reveals things so we can know and deal, he can heal us of it and we can deal with it and know why we're going through it or whatever. So that could also have been the reason.
The high that I get, that's the word
okay.
I don't want to use, but like from fasting, like is usually,
that's
it's just
real.
Like, but it's like,
you're sober minded.
Yeah.
You got something out of it, right? No, you still don't figure it out. I think you did. I feel like you got revelation of where you were, because prior to that fast, remember we were having conversations and you were kind of still up in the air about things, and maybe you still are, but I think you have more clarity now because of that fast. You know what I'm saying? You have wisdom. I don't think God wasted it at all. I don't think it was for no reason. I think you challenged yourself for a reason. I just love how you said you did it out of curiosity, because that is, the gospel to me. Meaning, like, believe in God. Yes, believe in God because we trust him and it's worth it. But also, I'm curious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
very curious. Okay, I'm gonna have faith. But, but why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What did God do me, Lord? And so I think that's great. I just wanted to highlight that part because maybe that's what we need to be, stepping out on faith due to curiosity more.
Yeah.
Because that was a faith walk for you, right? Like having to be so specific, very particular about the things that you're putting in your body, sugars and everything, right? Literally had to be so creative.
And TV, like socially as well, like literally everything.
You know what I'm saying? And so you stretched yourself, you sacrificed, but it was good for you. You know what I'm saying? I tell you all the time, these moments is showing us what we're made of. These moments is helping us with character development. These moments is sanctifying us, right? It's the whole sanctification process. And I think we should consider it all joy. Be curious about what the reasons could be, right? Like,
open the reasons, so true.
You know what I'm saying? Hello. And so his word, let me tell you, his word ain't gonna fail. He gonna make it do what it do every time. We're wrestling with God. I think that's a good sign. We should always come back to the conclusion that he still knows best. You know what I'm saying? Whether we agree or not, that should still be the conclusion. Whatever we're wrestling with, okay, but he still knows best. You know what I mean? And being content with that, and really being content with that, that's the struggle, because he knows if you actually believe that or not. Do you actually think I know what's best for you?
Right.
We gonna see. I'm gonna take you through this little trial real quick.
Let's find out. I also want to add curiosity.
Yes, curiosity.
To the thing, I think.
To the thing. Okay, so we got surrender, we got suffering, rest.
Also, the subcategory the suffering feeling.
No, I don't agree with that, because feelings aren't feelings.
But that's what
does not dictate anything. Like, feelings change. Feelings aren't like.
But going to.
They're real. They're real, but they lie.
Right, facts aren't feelings. But my point is feeling that, not like trying to suppress it, not trying to.
Oh, I understand.
Push it
okay,
past,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
But to feel that.
Okay.
To
to go
that,
through, embrace it.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. just with everything that we shared, what would you say to someone who's going through life right now that is kind of doing the same things? Like, what would be the one thing that you feel like, you know what, I've learned this, and through this, I would say consider it all joy. You know, hold on, change is coming. Okay, yeah. Don't worry about a thing. What would you say?
So true. Retweet ditto. That discipline is love. Like, you know, like this obedience season. Like, to think about that. Like, you know what I mean?
He discipline who he loves.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, that's good, brother.
Yeah.
So this is how
This is how it's life.
Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello?
This is how life is going. So
Yeah.
yeah. I'm Day.
I'm Jay.
And this is my god brother. It's it's a story
This is my
here.
sister.
Yes.
She came from.
Now he my god brother. He my nephew.
We don't need to explain this.
We don't. What
I
if
feel like I love the reaction of seeing people trying to put it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is a little confusing.
It's so funny.
But it's so
though.
great.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Love.
Peace. Until next time.
Till next time.